kind of the car of the moment, right? The Ioniq 5 was already a spectacular vehicle. It won our SUV of the Year award, and now we have a 641 horsepower version with uprated brakes, revised suspension, and an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. Well, not really, but kinda. It does a really, really good impression of one. I drove this thing at Laguna Seca recently, and it was affirmational, aspirational, inspirational. It was incredible. Trust me, you want to hear this thing come out of the corkscrew and rev up to redline. Oh yeah, did I not mention this thing can rev? Come on, Hyundai, give all the other car companies a chance. Stop making such amazing vehicles. Listen to this. This is Hyundai's Active Sound Plus. Sounds like a combustion car revving out. I gotta remind you, I'm in an EV. And yet, the sound that's being pumped into the cabins and also being pumped outside using the exterior speaker is that of an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. I'm also using these paddles here to change gear. And as I do so, my head rocks back and forth, feeling of a combustion engine car in an EV. And not just any EV, it's a big vehicle. And yet, the work that the Hyundai engineers have done with the revised front suspension, the adjusted track, this is a couple of inches wider and longer. Everything's been in service of making this car more dynamically enjoyable. This does have a drift mode. It also has a thing called N pedal, which allows the front end to tuck in the corners, helping to facilitate the rotation you need to carry speed through the corners. 601 horsepower is this car's operational power figure, and then you've got 40 extra horses for an up to 10-second boost using this red N grin boost button on the steering wheel here. Great steering. It's a little bit artificial, doesn't obviously connect you to the road in the same way that some of these real track racers do, but it's very, very good. Look, watch, I'll hit the red line. You ready? Look at that! Kick me forwards! That is insane! I don't take any pleasure from hitting the red line, but at least in this I know that it's not going to have the valves bouncing off the top of the hood. It's all make-believe. The geometry is exactly the same as the standard Ioniq 5, but every single component of the front suspension has been redesigned. The benchmark that Hyundai set was that this should be the first true performance EV. They don't think that an EV has come to market yet aimed directly at enthusiasts and is all about performance. Yes, there have been very, 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 very quick EVs, but they don't think that anyone's got the handling, dynamics, track day ready usability down. That's what they want this to be. This is a car by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. The 9 years, almost 10 years since N brand was launched, but this is kind of the first real embodiment of that. And it's so good. It's epic. They want this car to be able to complete 20 minutes on a circuit at full power, no heat bleed, no power loss, no brake fade, and then they want it to go on a fast charger for 20 minutes whilst everything cools down, the battery's preconditioned, and it gets a little bit of charge, and then it should be able to go out for another 20 minutes and repeat and repeat and repeat, and then of course you should be able to drive home. That's the standard Hyundai have set as they've engineered this car. Indeed, they also managed to achieve 2 full speed, full pace timed laps of the Nürburgring back to back without any power loss. Come on, that's impressive. Most EVs start losing power as the battery percentage gets lower than 60 or 70%. Not the Ioniq 5N. I drove this car at Laguna Seca just a few weeks ago. It handled that course amazingly, but of course a lot of that circuit's corners are on camber, right? Everything's kind of a bowl. Here at Chokwala, a lot of the corners are off camber. A lot of the corners require you to wait. You hit the apex, you have to wait again. You come over this blind crest, for example, and there now. And a little bit, the tyre's just warming up now. You can hear a little bit of tyre squeal, but there's power. It's so good. And yeah, launch control. In fact, we could give that a go now. Should we do that? Let's find a straight. Okay. Left foot on the brake, mash the right foot. Whoa! It's plenty powerful. What a thoroughly impressive car. I've got a feeling you might be seeing a lot of these on the streets, especially considering that they only cost $67,000. That's a lot of bang for the buck. And when you add into the fact it's also a spectacularly functional city and highway car, an SUV, a huge trunk. Come on, winner, chicken dinner, don't you think? Will it be a finalist at our 2024 Performance Vehicle of the Year? I think it will be. I think this thing could go far in this competition.